This is just a quick start introduction into Vegas Pro. Just by way of history, for those of you that don't know, Vegas Pro used to be created and supported by Sony Vegas, but just this year it was sold to a company called Magix, and hopefully they'll continue to support the software into the future and do nothing but improve it. In this newest version, one of the things that they have is, I think it's pretty cool. It's what they call upscaling video for 4K or ultra high definition, which means you can take your high definition clips and upscale them for 4K or ultra high definition. So that's pretty cool. And the other thing they've done is they also have native support for ProRes 422 files. So if you've shot in ProRes, you can now bring it into Sony Vegas and work with those files natively. So no need for transcoding them. So let me show you how easy Vegas Pro is to learn. So all you've got to do to get started is come up to File, go down to Import, and find the video clip that you want to work on. So we're just going to grab this one here. As soon as you bring it into Vegas Pro, it comes up here. It's right there. And you just literally click and drag it onto the timeline. This is a timeline down here. When you do that, it'll ask you if you want your video project settings to match, and you say yes. And there's your video clip. Now, whatever you want to do, let's say I want to just trim this down a little bit. All you got to do is come to the front of the clip and notice where the icon changes. It'll even pop up a box explaining what the function is. So you just come to the end of the clip, and that's all you got to do to click and drag. Now let's say I want to duplicate this clip. Click on it, right click, copy, come over here on the timeline and paste. Now one thing about, and then I can just drag these two clips together. So now I've got two clips of the same. Now let's say I don't want the audio on these clips anymore. I want to bring in different audio. All you have to do is highlight the clip. So you can press Control A to highlight everything, and then just press U on your keyboard for ungroup. And now the clips are all separated from each other. So the audio is separated. And if I want to just get rid of the audio, I simply delete it. Click delete. Now, if you find yourself you're working with a bunch of clips and you find like you're running out of room to move the clips around, all you've got to do is come up here to Insert, Video Track, and then you can give yourself more space to move around and juggle things around. You can crossfade things over. If you want to fade a clip in or out, you just come up here. Fading out and in couldn't be any easier. If you want to undo it, you can just click and drag it, or you can always come up to Edit and do undo whatever it is you just did. So I've just found this software like so easy to use and navigate with. I just can't even work hardly with any other editing program that's not set up this way. The other thing that I found about Vegas is that it's a very robust program. I rarely does it freeze or crash on me, even with big projects. So I like the stability of it. So let's say we're looking at this clip here. Let's say this clip. This clip. And let's say this clip I feel like it's too dark. You notice this little icon on the clip itself. This is where you add your effects. So it brings up what's called the plugin chooser, and you would just come here to where it says Vegas, and you can see the vast array of choices that you have for effects. If you wanted to do color correcting, you would click on this and go add. If you want to do color curves, and notice it's added up here, it actually adds the effects in a chain, and you can then add color curves if you want, add that, and then you go okay. And now here's if I wanted to do color correcting. If I didn't want to do that, or I didn't like the effect I made, all I have to do is uncheck that box and the effect, it goes away. So I want to do color curves. Let's say I want to bring up the exposure more in the middle. I can do that with this effect here, see? And again, if I don't like the effect I added, I can simply click here and delete it. So it's very easy to add effects. Now let's say I want to go back and add some different audio to this clip. I can come over here to wherever my audio is, which let's say it's here, and go open, and then it brings in my audio clip. And by the same token, I just click and drag it. It's taking a second there to click and drag my audio clip down to my video clip. And then just like video has the plugin chooser where you can add any number of effects you want to add, audio has the same thing. Audio has where you click here and you have all these effects that you can add, including noise reduction. So this is how you would add them, just simply by clicking there, whatever you wanted to add, okay, and then you add your effect to the audio. If you don't like it, like in the other way, you simply get rid of it. And then that's essentially it. You come up here, you import your video, audio clips, you drag them to the timeline, you trim them. If you want to split them, you can split them by pressing S. Just be sure to move other clips out of the way. Make sure you're selecting what you want to actually change. So let's say I want to split this clip again, make sure it's actually selected. Now, let's say you want to play the clip back, you can play it back and you press the space bar and the clip will play. And if you press the space bar again, it'll go back to where you started from. So if I hit the space bar here, it starts the video playing. If I hit it again, it takes it back to where it was. Let's say I'm watching the clip play, and now I want the player to stop right where it is. You hit enter. So enter stops the play right where it is, and the space bar will take it back to where it started from. So that's kind of frustrating in the beginning to get the hang of that, but the space bar lets it play. If you hit the space bar again, it takes it back to where it was. If you hit the space bar and let it play, if you hit enter, it stops it right where it is. So, and then again, the shortcut key of S to split clips is very helpful. Otherwise, you can just trim your clips very easily. Let's say you want to attach this audio to this video clip. So like if I'm trying to move them right now, they're not connected. All I have to do is click on this, press Control to select this clip, and click on these two, and then you hit G. Now they're together. So those are really your main shortcut keys. S to split a clip, U to ungroup a clip from its audio and video, G to attach audio to video, the spacebar to play, and the enter to stop the play right where it is. And when it comes time to rendering, you just come up here to this area right here on the top, and you click and drag, and you identify what's called a loop region. And when you do this, what happens is just that section will be rendered out. So I almost always use the loop region, no matter how big my project is, I always use the loop region, just so I'm very precise about what's being rendered out. So once you identify the loop region, then you just simply come up here to File, Render As, and you pick your poison. There's all kinds of ways you can render this stuff out. And you give it a name, like sample 3, and it renders out your video. It's really that simple to use. It's just import and render out. There's a lot more details to the program. There's a lot more functions this thing has, but that's really essentially the basics of the program. If you found this helpful, let us know and we can do more in-depth videos about this program. But Vegas Pro is in my opinion, it's a very good video editing package, and it gives you, I would say you can do just about anything you want in it other than special effects. But even there's some room that you have there as well. So thank you very much for watching and have a great day.